Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is video number 6, and actually this is one of my favorite topics, the favorite thing I like to talk about. And it's because I believe it's once we understand and conquer or identify this as being an issue, then we're a lot better off in life. And that topic is self. That's right. Self. You. No one else. Just you. Think about that for a second. Don't think about the external, your friends, your family, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, your mother, your father. None of that. Brothers, sisters, children, none of that. Just you. Think about self. Just for a second. Because without self, nothing else can take place. If you don't feel good about you, you're not going to really feel good about other things. If you don't understand how important it is for you to have a say in how you are treated and how you act in life, then you hadn't gotten a grasp on self. When people say certain things to you, how you react to it determines how you continue throughout your day or your week or your month. If I walk up to you, not even knowing you, and say something nasty, you can just say, well, that's not me. I'm not going to entertain that, and move on. Or you get argue back and forth, whatnot. But there's always a lingering effect with that arguing back and forth. Or even if you don't argue back and forth, there's some thought that you put into what just happened, right? Which it should be, because we are all analytical to a certain degree. Now, the point I'm trying to make there is you are in control of that. The situation is the situation. How you react to that situation is going to determine whether or not you continue or change direction or stop altogether. And it's that way with a lot of things in life. When you decide to start a college education, you can get 2 years in and say, well, look, this is not for me. And you can change that course, but you can also continue. And when you choose to continue, that puts a certain quality in you, or a stick-to-itiveness. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. That becomes part of your DNA. But if you stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing that, that also becomes part of your DNA. And you begin to process certain things differently. Like if I ask you to come and do something for me, it won't make that much difference whether you do it or not to you if you have that mindset. If you get around to it, okay, oh well, I'll be there. But if you can't, I just couldn't make it. And it's not difficult for you to make excuses why you didn't make it. And people can identify that. When you have those type of qualities, you don't just have that type of quality in one thing. You have it in several things. You don't show up at work on time. You don't do a good job at work. You want to leave work early. You want to everything you do, you want to shortchange it. You never want to give 100%. And I believe it's because you're not being held accountable. You have to be held accountable, because if you don't, you're going to become part of a sheep mentality. The sheep mentality aren't held accountable. The only thing the sheep mentality have to do is follow the next sheep. You don't have to do nothing else. And if you follow that next sheep, then you're going to be led a certain place. That's the way that works. You don't get rewarded for that. You get punished. And you probably get slaughtered, because that's what sheep do. They get slaughtered, right? Because they follow each other to the slaughterhouse and open the door themselves and jump on in right behind the next one. Right behind the next one. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to be that person. I know you see me on these videos, and I know you say to yourself in a lot of cases, you know what, I can do that, or I can even do better than that. I know I can, because he can't even do this, he can't even do this, he can't even do that. But you're saying that about a video that you're viewing me on. I can't say that about a video that I'm viewing you on, because you're not making videos. You're not positioning yourself to be critiqued, or you're not positioning yourself to get feedback. You're not sharing information with the world, which is what you get rewarded for. Think about this. When you read a really, really good book and it's just has you totally consumed, don't you want to share that with somebody? When you watch a really good movie, don't you want to tell somebody how that movie went? See, you're sharing valuable information. And you can do that same thing with knowledge that you gain on specific things. Like me. My knowledge is how to set up the foundation of an online business while becoming more comfortable speaking about it. So how do I know how to do that? Well, I practice it all the time. You see me on videos, you hear me on audios, I've got my own podcast show. I do that all the time. So consequently, I'm going to get better. That is how you get better. That is how you go from good to great. Practice. You don't go there because you want it. You have to take action. You have to apply. You have to learn. You have to critique, make adjustments, and then you have to shine when the opportunity comes. Don't be afraid, because the opportunity will come. It will come. Trust that. If nothing else comes, if you don't stop, you can take this to the bank. You will get your chance. But again, coming back to self, once you get that chance, what I see over and over again is people can't take that step. They freeze. They've been working so hard, they keep saying things like this: I need to take one more class, or I need to read one more book, or I need to do one more of this, rather than walk through that door of success. Don't let that be what holds you back. We're getting ready to start a new year. I'm making this series of videos for you specifically. I know you hear me. You see me. These videos are for you. Make a move this year. SpeakerLarry.com